Today, we will talk about how to attract frogs to your garden. Let's have a look at the details. Frog populations have been hit hard by environmental changes that have seen much of their habitat developed or polluted. These amphibians are not only essential to maintaining healthy ecosystems, but they also provide excellent natural pest control, too, since they eat insects such as mosquitoes, grasshoppers, moths, caterpillars, beetles, cockroaches, snails, slugs, and flies. Help protect local frog populations while improving your yard or garden by creating an enticing new, safe living space for frogs. All you need to attract them is the proper shelter, food, moisture, and a place to breed. The first method is giving frogs the essentials for life. Provide a shallow, non-moving water source. Frogs drink and breathe through their skin, which needs to be kept constantly moist in order for them to perform these basic life functions. Give them a shady, damp shelter. Frogs are generally more active at night, since too much exposure to the sun puts them at risk of dehydration. Plant to attract insects. If you want frogs to show up in your yard or garden, you need to provide them with adequate food. The best way to do that is to plant a range of seasonal flowering plants that will attract insects throughout the year. Keep a compost heap and mulch the beds in your garden. The bugs that are attracted to a compost heap and mulch also make great food for frogs. Compost and mulch can also provide the damp conditions where frogs love to live. The second method is building a pond for frogs. Choose a good spot. It should be a partially shaded corner of your yard. Ponds need some direct sunlight to be a healthy environment. Dig a shallow hole. Be sure that your hole has shallow edges in it, so that the frogs can enter and leave easily. Line the hole. To keep the water in, you'll need a rubber or plastic pond liner. Secure the pond's perimeter. Let the pond fill with water. Add a bucket of natural pond water. If you mix in a bucket full of water taken from a local marsh or pond, it will introduce millions of microscopic organisms that can jumpstart your pond's ecosystem. They will infuse the water with oxygen, making it more livable and appealing to native frogs in your area. Give frogs cover. Plant grasses and leafy perennials around the edges of the pond to provide frogs with adequate shade, dampness, and protection. Wait for frogs to colonize your yard or garden. Keep in mind that it may take a couple of years for frogs to populate your garden, even after you have created a suitable environment for them. The third method is eliminating risks to frog populations. Avoid using chemicals. If you want to attract a healthy frog population, start by using organic gardening practices. Keep out invasive species. You want to attract the right kind of frogs. Non-native frogs will compete with local ones for food and shelter. Sometimes they'll even eat local species. Their populations are also generally difficult to control because they have no natural predators. Keep your grass short. Be sure that you can see any rogue amphibians in your path by keeping the grass in your yard or garden well trimmed. Thaw water sources when necessary. Protect any dormant amphibians by putting a pan of hot water over thickening ice. Avoid plants that are toxic to frogs. And the fourth method is attracting tree frogs. Keep an outdoor light on at night. Tree frogs love to eat the moths and insects that are attracted to light sources. Don't trim your trees. Keeping your trees and shrubs leafy and full will give frogs plenty of cover. It will also provide them with good hunting grounds. Make a ground home for tree frogs. Get a piece of PVC piping that's about 5 feet long. Drive it into the ground so that roughly half of the pipe is left exposed. You may hang frog refuges in a tree. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our videos.